If you're just joining us, I'm Allison.
And I'm Megan.
And I have Megan from the store downstairs. This is her first day on Three Things Live, and so we want to welcome her. But we are talking about a really fun technique called Quilt As You Go. You'll make your quilt blocks, and you're actually going to quilt those, but you're going to stop your quilting about an inch away from the edge. So it says without sashing, meaning we're not going to add an extra inch there, but we are actually going to put together our quilt sandwich, our front, our back, and then we're going to quilt it and stop about an inch away on all sides. So I have my quilt block here. I've quit about an inch away. I'm going to actually take and I'm going to turn my batting and my back piece, and I'm going to turn that back and pin that. So I'm going to do that on both sides. So there's my batting and my back. Then I'm going to hand this to you, Megan. It's time to get you started because I am going to have you put these together, and I'm going to have you sew a 1/4 inch seam all the way down the side of that.
There you are.
So look, that's the hardest thing you have to do today.
That wasn't too bad.
So what I did is had her do this, and I'm going to just finger press this open right here, or you can press it to one side. It doesn't really matter. You just really want it flat. All right, once we have that done, this is how easy. So you would do all your blocks together. You could go 2 at a time if you were going to do a table runner. We're going to unpin where we put our batting, and we're going to work with our batting first. So you're going to fold your batting right in here to the center, and then you are going to fold this one right in here to the center. Do you see how you have a overlap just a little bit?
Yep.
Now, I've seen this done 2 ways, but I'm going to take and I'm going to actually use a glue stick. And I'm just going to go right down this side right here just to hold that in place. But you could baste stitch that if you wanted.
Okay.
You don't have to. All right, once I have that in place, then I'm going to take my top and I'm going to fold this over, and then I'm going to fold my next one over. Once I do that, I'm going to turn this under a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to pin right along that whole edge.
Awesome.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow.
I mean, can you believe that?
Easy.
Yeah, so there are 2 methods I'm going to show you. Once you do a 1/4 inch, then, and pin this, then I want to, and the reason I'm using pins is because I want to turn this over and I want to see where my pins are lining up.
Okay.
Because you can stitch right down the ditch and hold that in place. So do you see right here on this top one right here where my pin is lined over just a little bit? I probably want to pull this over so that it's right there in that stitch in the ditch. Now, that is if I took the chance. So then I'm pretty close so that if I stitch that, I would catch it.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm going to hand this to you, and you can just take and just stitch right down that edge.
Okay, let's try it. Okay, let's see it.
So we're going to turn this over. Perfect.
Awesome.
Once you have all your rows together, then what?
Yeah, then what?
Oh no, what do you think? All right, so then once you have your rows together, we're gonna do it exactly the same way. So you're gonna lay your rows out. You're gonna fold this back. See how you fold this back? Then you're gonna fold your batting back.
Okay.
Just pin this back on both sides. So fold your batting and your rows back. And the reason that you don't necessarily have to pin this back, but the reason that I pin it back is it just keeps it out of the way. Gonna do the same thing on this side. And then you're gonna take this to your machine.
Perfect.
1/4 inch together, and you're done.
Same process.